Good morning, America. This is Scott and Shot. I'm coming to you live from Gridley, California, in Northern California. You know where the Republicans are at. Excuse me. This is Scott and Shot. So Scott's gonna take a shot. My wife's in bed. Ah, wow. All right. I know it's news somewhere, man. That's all I gotta say about that. No, I'm not an alcoholic. I drink for my show. This little podcast. It gives me a little break in my day. What do you guys think about all these fucking judges that are being crazy and stifling Donald Trump's agenda, and the Democratic Party? That's the ones that are promoting all the lawsuits. I thought we lived in a free country, people. I thought the election was done. They always said Donald Trump was the one who was an election denier. Well, they're what they're doing is the same thing as denying the election. They're not saying, okay, we don't believe they're not coming right out and saying he's a false president and he didn't win fairly. But but their action says they are saying that. They're saying that we're not going to let you. We're going to fight. All the Democrats. All they want to do is fight his agenda that he just won the majority of the vote on. Isn't that weird? I mean, I thought it's like there's no winner to the Democrats. They want a participation trophy. They want to participate in this in the Republican government that won the election. The Republicans weren't invited in on the Democrats. When Joe Biden was in on their election, the Republicans weren't invited in for all these things because they, like I said, the Green New Scam. There was the Inflation Reduction Act, which did shit for inflation reduction. I mean, they weren't involved in none of that. The Democrats just did it. I mean, and we fought a little bit, but not like they're fighting about every little thing Donald Trump won the election on. How is that not an election denial? How is that not? If you go by the definition, you know, insurrection. When they're trying to stifle the free will of the people that just voted for the election. Donald Trump has done nothing illegal. He's getting rid of illegal aliens, and that's illegal. These people don't have the right to be here. Joe Biden, did he have like they said on that thing, like Donald Trump said, did Joe Biden have the right to open up our borders and just let people come in without vetting them, without vetting these people? Now we got a measles outbreak in the country without vetting these people, without making sure that they have the required vaccinations to come here, and they don't have a right to vet. If you're an illegal alien trying to get into this country, you don't have the right to deny vaccinations when it comes to polio, when it comes to the measles, the mumps, and all that kind of. You don't have that right. You're not a citizen. You don't have the right to have a religious exemption when you're trying to get into our country. You need to be vaccinated because we don't know what you have or tested to see what they have and tell them they need to go fix it in their own country. We don't pay for it. You can't come over here and try to get into this country illegally or through asylum and expect us to pay for you during that time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to pay for your fucking doctors. We're not going to give you free health care. We're not going to if you can't afford to be here, you can't be here. But that's what they're doing, people. They're basically putting people that are these immigrants, these illegal aliens, are basically putting them on a welfare system until their case is adjudicated, which could be 5-10 years. And then what if they don't get it? What if they're not allowed in? They just basically live for 5 to 10 years waiting for their court date for free. Housing, food stamps, medical, a little bit extra money on a card. I mean, isn't that how can an illegal alien? Be given those kind of rights. That's what I mean. What Joe Biden did on that border, it was such an egregious. It was such a, oh my God. There's no words for how deceptive and how heinous it was towards this country and what he thinks about the American people. When he allowed 10 to 20 million people come into that country over our border, and he's willing to pay for them all. They're illegal aliens. They don't come from countries that are recognized to have asylum claims, because just because you're poor doesn't mean you can claim asylum. If you're undereducated and ignorant, that doesn't mean you're going to claim asylum and just come over here and get free money and stay ignorant until the day you die and get free money. And if you're ignorant, your kids are probably going to be ignorant because, you're gaming the system. Nobody learns nothing. Nobody's learning nothing except it's just giving away free money, and the Democrats get a vote out of it. You know what I'm saying? And the Democrats get a vote out of it. 1 second here. It's right here. Right on. I was gonna take a hit of weed, but I'll take a hit of my wife's vape. It's not weed, but don't want to get too buzzed on a Sunday morning. All right, I'm back. Do you know what I'm saying though? These illegals need to go, and these judges, all these judges, what they're doing right now, people, is insurrection. Insurrection doesn't have to be done. The definition of insurrection doesn't have violence in it. It's trying to stifle the will of the government, and there's a lot of ways to do that. These judges that are putting injunctions on everything Donald Trump wants to do. Everything. The Democrats got all these. I mean, Schumer went on TV and said it. We put 200 something progressive judges in. That means they strategically put in judges politically, not because they were the right for the job, politically to stifle an incoming, an opposite party incoming president. That is what they did. That is what the Democrats did. They strategically planted a bunch of judges that Biden supposedly was Biden. I don't know with his auto pen, who knows? But they put in these judges to stifle any Republican Party's way of running this country. They're taking away our right to win an election and to run the country under a Republican president when he won a legal, valid election, won all swing states. He won the Electoral College. He won the popular vote. They're stifling his agenda. That is the textbook, in my mind, the textbook definition of insurrection. It doesn't have to be violence at the White House. It has to be just the stifling of the administration, which is what they're doing. That is what they're doing right now with all these injunctions. And like Schumer said, they strategically placed 250 something judges or whatever it was that they put into office while Joe Biden was in office. That's why they were doing it. A normal person just puts in a good judge, but a Democrat puts in a Democratic operative as a judge. That's the difference between a Democrat and a Republican, people, and people that are independent and think for themselves. Is when these presidents appoint these judges, it's supposed to be on honesty, on people that know the Constitution and have no political bias. But what the Democrats do is they put in judges, and the Republicans have been doing it too, because that's how they started new warfare between each other. They start putting in judges that lean their way and stifle things that the government wants to do. Isn't that wrong? These judges shouldn't be getting involved in the jobs of the president anyway. But they're doing it on purpose. When it's done on purpose to stop an agenda, then it's insurrection, people. There's all kinds of different forms of insurrection, especially when it's done on a country level, which these judges are doing. That is insurrection. The Democrats really, they crack me up. They every little thing they say about the Republicans is something they've been doing. They've been doing it. They've been doing it forever. The Republicans are just trying to honestly straighten it out, and they're crying about it. There's no more Democratic Party, people. It's a party of communism. Liberalism is a communism. They want to take from the rich and give to the poor, so everybody stays poor. But they have but there's no middle class. They want everybody to be the same, so there's no middle class. So there's nothing to work for. There's no goals, dreams, and aspirations, as they would say, Kamala Harris, for people to try to work harder, to use their brain to try to be engineer new ways of living, new ways to get into space, new ways to drive. They're stifling innovation. They're stifling everything by it. That's what communism does. But that's what the liberals want. They think that there should be no rich people. Somebody can work their whole life and think of something, and they spend all their money, mortgage their house, and they get this. They make something, and it's popular, and people start buying it, and they become rich. A liberal wants you to take that money from them and give it to all the people, when the people did nothing for it. They did nothing for it. They're trying to take away individual rights for somebody to become successful, is what the Democratic Party's doing. They want to take away the right for anybody to become successful without sharing their wealth from their hard work and their fucking sweat and tears to spread upon every citizen in this country that didn't do a fucking thing except do nothing, except live their own little lives. This is a facade, people. Nobody really gives a shit about somebody else's money. It's all an individual effort, people. I mean, you have to fucking, if you want more in life, then strive harder. You can't. There's a certain point in life. There's a certain point in life, a time in life where you can't blame your parents no more. You can't blame your friends. You can't blame society. If you mentally, physically can't get your shit together when you're 35 fucking years old, then you are just fucking a dumbass. And that's what it is. It's not that hard to get up every morning with an alarm clock, go to work hard, get a check, and if you want more money, figure out how to get that money by working harder, maybe applying at a different job. Or wait, let's go really old school. What about just getting educated? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, liberalism doesn't work. A libtard is a libtard. They're just a bunch of whiners. They're the people that weren't popular in school. They had no friends for whatever reason. They're just weird. And they just, I mean, and they don't realize, and they're so stupid, and they don't realize that I don't care about your sexual preferences, that I don't care as a normal person, don't care about boys being in girls' sports. They just want things to be normal. I want girls to have their functions. I want boys to have their functions so they can have their fellowship. Girls can have their fellowship. I mean, and then you get together as a couple and you're a couple. I just want things to go back to where it was before. I mean, what happened to individual responsibility? The Democrats want to take all the responsibility off your shoulders by making us all poor. And then nobody has a shot at ever doing nothing again when everything's ran by the government. You know, right now in America, we have the right to fucking innovate, to come, for me to do this, my podcast, to come on here and talk my mind, and for people to do what they want to do. And you know what that brings? Even though this kind of freedom comes with a lot of problems, it brings a lot of good things too, because it opens up people's minds. It lets them be free. You know, slavery back in the day wasn't just the black people here. It was all over the world. And it was a frame of mind. It's not just you doing a physical thing for somebody. It's when they enslave your mind that makes you think like a slave, that makes you not think at all, that you just think, if you just think you're just a slave to a government or to a person or any kind of job, we're not slaves in this country, people. We have the right to move on, to change fucking lives, to change occupations, and to speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? That opens up your thought process. That makes this country great. You know what I'm saying? But the fine line between speaking your mind and advocating for violence and anarchy, that's what the Democrat Party's been doing for a while now. They're advocating for anarchy and civil disruptions in our lives. I mean, civil unrest. I mean, that's what they want. They want us to be dependent on them, and they think that we need them, that we can't behave properly. People, we need to start behaving properly. You need to start behaving properly without the government telling you to behave properly. They're betting that you're going to listen to what they say. That's it's a long game for them. It's a long game for these governments, thinking that you're going to remain being stupid. And the only way to become smart, if one is stupid, is to open your mind and think for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make your own decisions on something that you might believe in yourself, but you're just too afraid to say. But it has to come with free thought. That's for everybody, even people that you don't like their opinion on. That's what makes this country great, people, is this free speech, freedom of thought, freedom to change jobs. I mean, the only thing that hamstrings a human being is themselves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so when you did with the Democrats, man, they make me sick anymore, because the things they advocate for and their behavior is just so unprofessional of a government, of any modern society, honestly, especially a modern society like America. I'm not talking to modern society like over in Africa or over in Venezuela, but I'm talking about a modern society in America. I mean, it's taken America to be as strong as it has been over the last 250 years in order to make the world try to stay on the straight and narrow. I mean, we had World War I, World War II. What? Imagine if America wouldn't have been here back then. What would the world be? What would the world be like after those two world wars, if America wasn't here with this strength? And it's steadfast to the law of the United States of America and our Constitution, on believing in it, and not, there's not 10 ways to interpret the Supreme Court. I mean, the Constitution, people. It's meant for one way. We read it, it means one thing. Everybody's confusing it in the world anymore, in this country. I mean, you got 10 different lawyers sitting there interpreting a law differently. How is that possible? You tell me how 10 different lawyers can interpret a law 10 different ways. That means there's politics involved. All these 10 different guys went to different fucking colleges that all teach different things, that all have special interests. I mean, you need to think about this, people. I mean, but lately, all I've been seeing is the Democratic Party taking abuse of it. I've always seen it. You always see a little bit of it here and there in government, but lately, especially on the Democratic Party side of the aisle, they're really abusing the laws of the land, the Constitution, and lying about the meaning of it. When all real lawyers know the meaning of a constitution, of an amendment, they all know what it really truly means. There's not 10, like I said, people. There's no. Our government didn't. Our forefathers didn't make a constitution that was hard to read and understand. It was plain, simple English, and there's one meaning for it. But everybody wants a different meaning for it because everybody's so different. But there has to be a meaning for all of us, people. Whether it's never going to be the perfect meaning for everybody, but we have to give a little bit to everybody, and there's the line drawn for that subject, and you got to stay above it. You know what I'm saying? That's the line drawn. Even though some people are a little below the line, but they're willing to. But they're willing to say, okay, I'll stay above the line. But if I go below it, then it is what it is. What you do. I mean, you know what I'm saying. So Democrats are really obscuring everything. That's what they've always done. They're the party of slavery, but yet the black people haven't figured that out yet. The smart ones have. What the Democrats are doing right now, they're trying to keep us all slaves. They don't want to enact Donald Trump's fucking agenda. They want illegal immigration. They want Venezuelan gangs to be here. They want boys and girls sports. They want tampons in boys' bathrooms. They want rubbers in fucking in preschool, little machines. You know what I'm saying? Like a little 5-year-old's going to walk up and throw 75 cents in a fucking rubber machine and grab a rubber. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but they wanted to have that opportunity if they did want one. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a fucking break. That's what we're fighting against, people. We're fighting against a party of people who went and lost their fucking, the North Star's over there, man. You know what I mean? Like Godfather or whatever. I think it's the North Star. I don't know. I'm buzzing right now. You know what I mean? You're supposed to stay on that fucking, on that path, man. Everybody's going off the path, and then when they get fucked up, they want to blame everybody else. You know what I mean? It's gotten a shot. I'm a hardcore partier, people. I partied my whole life. I worked hard my whole life. I partied hard my whole life. But you know what? It's about moderation. I never spent the money that I needed for that I partied with on drugs. I need more drugs than I needed. I mean, I had a family. I did what I did. My kids never saw it. Nobody knew because I'm responsible. I mean, there's more to life than partying. I used to work hard so I could party and have nice things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and my wife live really good for me being retired for many years now. And, I worked hard when I was younger. And so you can have the American dream and still party, people, but everybody's taking everything to the extreme. And you got to realize, there's got to be a line. Let me give you an example. I never had a problem with drug addicts as long as they're not stealing from me or living in the fucking streets like I see all these homeless people doing. This homeless crisis is a joke anymore in this country. It's a fucking joke. These people are drug addicts. There's only two reasons why you're living on those streets. And if anybody who's came in contact with a lot of who's partied hard and who's came in contact with these kind of people like I have when I was younger, I'll tell you why they're on the streets. They're either a drug addict or they're mentally insane. Period. No normal person lives on the street like that. It is what it is. This ain't the 1950s or 60s where some family lost his job and it takes them 6 months to find a job, so they're in a station wagon, and then he finally gets a job and they get another house and they start over again. This is not that era. This is the era of drug addiction. That's another thing that both parties have been in this country have been pretty much just ignoring. You know what I mean? It's ignoring, legalizing it. Even just because you come out and say something on TV doesn't mean shit to me. I always had it easy to find drugs, and I don't think legalizing the drugs. I mean, we had a problem in this country when drugs were illegal because most people can't control their drugs. Most people aren't like me, so I mean, they can't control them, and they get crazy on it. They lose their mind when they lose sleep deprivation from the meth, the coke. They steal, they get all fucked up. I mean, this is a different time we live in now, people. These drugs should not be legalized to make it that much more easier when this country's been having a problem with people fucking up on drugs for 20, 30, 40 years now, since it became mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, I like partying too, man, but I don't like being around fucking losers who fucking playing boxes all night long because they're tweaked out playing video fucking games. I mean, and going out, and when they do go out, they're stealing. I mean, that's not who I'm about. I mean, it never has been. I don't hang out with people like that. I don't deal with people like that. But that's what these homeless people are, and the government, they're promoting it. You know, California promotes it big time. They just allow that shit. I mean, you can lay where the fuck you want. I mean, you lay in somebody's front yard, so you probably lay right into somebody's front yard, and you have to call the cop 10 times before they'd actually tell them to get off your damn yard. And then if they went to the sidewalk and they could just lay right there on the sidewalk, and they probably still wouldn't do nothing then. That's how bad it is in California here, people. And these people are drug addicts. Like I said, they're either drug addicts or they're fucking mentally impaired. And I don't want either of them fucking sleeping in my yard. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any kids anymore, but, well, they wouldn't be in my yard. I wouldn't have to call the police to get them off my yard. That's the difference, people. You need to start handling your own business. You should have to call the police to tell somebody to get the fuck out of your fucking yard and out of your fucking space. I mean, I wouldn't. Now, I might do something where the police may have to show up, but, hey, man, it's my space. Get the fuck off my space, you freeloader. Anyway, all I got to say is my famous words. Stop it! Everybody's being stupid and retarded. Hey, man, should I take a hit of some weed? No, I'll just take another shot. Like you said, I get like 3 shots and my wife will be up here soon. I'm done for the day, so it's all good, man. It's all good. Happy wife, happy life. You know what I'm saying? I love my wife. I love her to be happy. She doesn't like me too buzzed, but she lets me do my thing for my podcast. I keep it real, so I mean, I love my baby. Anyway, this is Scott in the Shot. Shout out to my son Chris, his buddy Jay. I call him J-Rod. Yeah, anyway, people, but we have to keep it real and realize, I mean, we need to understand that what Donald Trump is doing is going to take some time. It's going to take a little time, people, when it comes to the economy. I think the economy is doing fine, really. I mean, the inflation is never going to go back down, people. It's not going to get like, I mean, it'll stop, it'll get lower, but it's not, the prices are not going to fall back to where they were 4 years ago. And that's what the Democrats are harping on. Oh, but the inflation all happened under Biden. Donald Trump's hardly been in office. Well, don't bitch about Donald Trump and the inflation in this country until after the 4 years. That's my philosophy. I mean, it took Joe Biden 4 years of fucking not doing shit and having somebody auto pen his shit, his signatures. I mean, to get this bad, it's going to take a little time to get the economy better, but he's taking care of everything else. He's trying to take care of Ukraine. He's letting Israel do what the fuck they want. Good. And he closed down those borders. Fucking, he's trying to stop these boys and girls sports, which is going to happen. He's trying to stop this transgender fucking movement that's inflicting our children in school. I mean, I'm good to go. I mean, that's all I voted for, man. I don't want open borders. I don't want people promoting transgenderism to my grandkids. I don't want people talking. I don't want fucking transgender boys playing in girls' sports. I just want all that social shit to stay out of the fucking news. I want to stay out of our politics. I mean, our politics should be based on keeping us safe, trade deals with other countries, and you know that's what it is. What else is there? I don't want I'm tired of the Democrats saying that the government can come into my fucking life. I mean, I'm not doing nothing wrong. They should be out of my fucking business. I don't like them fucking. I paid my taxes when I was working. Now I'm retired. My wife pays. She still works. She's paying her taxes. We want to be left alone. We abide the laws on the books, and that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want. But the Democrats want the government to be in all of our lives on a 24/7 like this 24-hour news cycle that's every day on every channel. Everybody watching the news, all the podcasts, like my political podcast. I mean, I think it's kind of one of the problems. I only come on here a little bit every day, but I mean, you know, and I'm just calling out what's going on these networks that are just 24/7 smacking our country, smacking the people of the country, teaching our kids how to hate each other, teaching our kids how to be confused with their sex, you know, teaching our kids how to hate our allies like the Israelis. I mean, teaching our kids that being a Palestinian killer is okay. Teaching our kids that open borders and Venezuelan drug gangs can come over here and cartels come over here and kill our people, extort them, rape them, murder them. And then the cartels in Mexico, it's okay for them to sell fentanyl and all these other drugs to kill our people, our children. You know, every time somebody dies, people, I mean, 100,000 people die every year plus of fentanyl and illegal drugs. That's somebody's kid. It's somebody's mother. It's somebody's brother. I mean, we have to try to stop it. You know, we have too many people in this country trying to kill themselves through drug addiction. We have to stop that. We need to stop it. And the first way to stop it is by stop the drugs from coming here. And we have to figure out why these people can't make it in life. If we're going to waste money on things, let's try to figure out why we have such a major population of our country being fucked up on drugs and alcohol all the time. I do my partying here, but I'm not fucked up like that. Why do people think that they have no shot in life to where they just waste their life and ruin it through drug addiction and alcoholism? You never hear that word anymore, alcoholism. Alcohol is on every show I watch on TV. They're drinking shots and they're fucking getting drunk on every show in the world. I mean, just like the Marlboro Man used to do when he's smoking a cigarette back on the commercials in the 70s, trying to influence cigarettes on kids. You know, then they get rid of cigarettes and they promote these vapes. I mean, it's a vicious circle, people. But we need to find out why people just can't handle the partying. The partying's got to be there for people that work hard and want to release some of their stress from everyday life. It has to be there. But why do so many people in this country nowadays want a chance at death? And why are we allowing these fucking cartels and these major drug dealers to come over here and kill our people in such numbers? I mean, I get it. Some of these people aren't. I mean, everybody looks down on these drug addicts. I mean, but if we could save half of them, that'd be something. You know what I'm saying? If we would just curb half of it. I mean, that'd be the starting point. You know what I mean? For trying to save these people, for trying to save our country, for trying to change lives. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people can't handle the partying, man. I mean, they just want to stop. You know, and I don't know why people are like that. You know, and maybe we should find out. Maybe it's who knows what it is. But anyway, this is Scott in the Shot. I'm just talking shit this morning, Buzz, Sunday morning, and God bless America. I love you, Lord. I love you, God. You know, I mean, as far as I go with religion, I do believe that Jesus died for my sins. I believe in God. All the rest of it, you know, I'll find that out when I die. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about souls and all that kind of stuff. I do believe that Jesus died for my sins, and I know there's a God. I mean, so I mean, you know, that's as far as you need to take religion, people. I mean, pray. It feels good to pray to just pray, even if it's just talking to yourself. I mean, that feels pretty good. Talking to yourself is not being weird, people. It's people, you know. It is if you're out in public doing it, I guess. But when you're at your house, talk to yourself. Pray to God. Praying to God is kind of like talking to yourself, because I don't know if God's listening to me. Because I wouldn't want. If I was God, I wouldn't want to listen to our dumbasses. I'm just saying. I mean, a bunch of fucking people that can't figure out their way after thousands of years. I mean, how long is it going to take us to figure out our way, people? How long is it going to take us to start loving each other? I mean, I'm serious. At least to a point to where this stuff I see on TV every day is just, man, it's becoming a joke in a modern society. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, we're getting way too advanced for our humanity. Our humanity is still like fucking 1,000 years ago, man. We're just as dumb as a rock. We still have hate in our heart. We still have lust in our heart. We still have jealousy in our heart. We still have all these things that we're fighting every day. But yeah, we keep getting more and more high tech with nuclear weapons and weapons of mass destruction. I mean, man, I wouldn't want to see somebody 1,000 years ago having a nuclear bomb. We're no smarter now, people. Nobody's just done it. I mean, I'm just saying, it's all coming. It's all going to come around if we don't straighten up. If we don't figure out our way in life. If humans can't figure out how to get along with humans, we can't figure out how to stop killing this planet in a constructive way as a whole. Every country. We can't try to figure out these things, and they're never going to get figured out. I mean, you know what's going to happen? I mean, from what I see, it's pretty easy for somebody to figure out the revelations, like in the Bible. I mean, look at us. We're so self-destructive. We always have been. I mean, when are we actually going to learn from our past? That's why I tell people not to dwell on the past, because we never learned from it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we need to stop worrying about the past and worry about our future. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe we should be worrying about our future and not the past. The past is gone, people. I mean, we can't get past the past. I mean, but the future's in front of us still. All right, man. It's Scott in the Shot. You guys have a good day, man.